In this video, we are going to talk about the transform of the column, right? So also we will discuss about the data type. So we already discussed about the data type, but this is a very important thing, like a data type. You know that why it is important. See, the Power BI is smart enough to detect the data type, but whenever the situation comes, Power BI fails to detect the data type, it is going to be very difficult for you to do perform a certain operations. If you forgot to check the data type and wrongly and mistakenly the Power BI consider the data type which is not appropriate with that column, so it will give you a more difficulty while building a visualization. Because see, the under the order quantity it's like a whole number, and by default by mistakenly it's considered as a text. So see, the you are not able to perform the certain operations over here because it's the data type has been changed and it is very difficult to calculate the text, right? So order quantity is the number, so it should be a whole number, right? So exactly right. See, these sometimes we face the problem, and those problems, if you don't know the solution of that problem, so it will be the very time consuming process, and sometimes you pissed off that project, right? So I have a database, it's a real time thing. So what happened, right? It's a file, I just upload this data and we will discuss what's actually going on, what can be happen in the practical way, right? So loading. See, I have two files, fill up and fill down. You see. So you can see under the fill down we have the furniture, office supplies, and technology. So here you can see I received this data as it is. Like see the null value. So what I can consider, I don't know the category. So for that simply I have one option for that. If you don't know the option, it will be very difficult. You cannot go here and type like anything, right? So that could be take you in a more serious problem, right? So that's why you always think like a software, man. So we have two options here, right? Under the field we have two options like fill up and fill down, right? So what we have to do, fill down. See, it's automatically taking the values or the categories of that particular or the particular sale, right? So why we have chosen the field down? Because we are going to do this field down, because see here furniture is present, but at the downside it's a null. For office supplies at the downside it's a null. So that's why we are considering field down. What if we consider for the same fill up? Will it give you the correct answer? No, exactly not. See, this is wrong. So always the approach is right. So whatever the values given to you, that should be under the consideration while performing this fill up and fill down. If you don't know the option, it will be very difficult for you how to handle the null values, right? What we are going to do here now, see, we are going to do the fill up. Exactly, you guys are right. Yes, right. So now I'm going to talk about this pivot column, right? So before talking about this pivot column, let's talk about your pain area. Once you get the pain, then you will understand what is the gain, right? So let's talk about it. So let me go into the home tab. So now connect with the new file, cell file, that is unpivot data. Let's connect with this file. Okay, so we have three files here. We are just looking for the survey data. Okay, not all this stuff. Okay, so basically this is our employee data. So which point employee data, yes. So first of all we can see this data is in not in good format. right? Exactly. See, so let's do our first step. As we know that under the transform we have used first row as I do see name, region and position. Let me click over here. It's changing and it's changed. So name, position, domain, then I feel encouraged. These are the questions, and below we can check, we can see there are some answers are available. Okay, so we will go one by one. See, we will check the data types also. The data type I feel okay for this, okay for this, okay for this. A B C B C B C B C B C B C B C B C B C. Yes. All are good. So this data is all about the HR, floated, the questionnaire, how they are working like comfortable over here. See, I feel encouraged to come up with the new, better ways. Right? These are the some questionnaires those circulated and the data has been collected. Right? So now guys you have a data and how you can analyze this data. This is the question. So this Power Query Editor has a very powerful tool, that means it will give you the summarized data, that means the data in the form of that you can understand and you can visualize the answers and as well as the question. So what information you can drag out from this data, is it right? See, the data should be like, see, here is the name. So in front of name there should be the question and the answer, who has given this answer, right? So the Jackson's Taylor is here. So what he said about that particular question, that should be in front of that guy, is it right? So what do you think? So for that we need to unpivot the data. Which column? So the column which contains the questions, is it right? See, there are a lot of columns of the questions, so it is very difficult to select all these columns. So instead of these columns which I am going to change, so I'll just select the column, other columns, right? So first, second, third, fourth, fifth. See, simply we do have option here unpivot columns. Under that, what we're going to select, unpivot other columns, because we already selected the columns which we are not going to pivot. So unpivot. So unpivot other columns, and simply I clicked on here. See the magic. So now see the columns are reduces and it is very helpful, right? So how many people are agree with this particular question, or right? So questions are here and the responses in front of the questions are here, right? So it is very easier and convenient to get the count of that particular employee. So about that particular questions. Let me change the header also. Let's see, questions. I just double clicked on that column name. So questions and responses. Let's see, responses. See, we are not going to use this in our model, but I just thought that at some point in the practical view, you may come across such type of questions. Okay, so that's why I have created this video. I hope that this video would be helpful for you guys.